we have no fall, we have no spring, it goes right cold.
Did you see that?
It's very
Okay.
difficult.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Oh, no, it doesn't make any sense. Here's us. Oh, yeah, one day. Yeah, and that's the training we did. Right beside our hotel. Yeah. Yeah, I got a picture of Joan standing beside that, right at the curve, because the day before. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that really hit home.
3 months.
It's
50 years.
They're
Somewhere.
very safe country.
Yeah.
It's very nice history.
Oh, it's wonderful, yeah, it really is. You feel comfortable walking around, you know, midnight, you're walking out the street, big city, and no problem. Unless you take the train.
Yeah, just don't do that next time.
Well, it makes you think.
It does.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's Wednesday, I think it was.
Okay.
That's not.
No.
Yeah. I think that's right. I lost track of that, actually. Got it. Jones, Rockies, that's the train that killed 16 people. What's that? No, there was some survivors.
But in most.
Yes, most of them. But you could, they just jam everybody on. Okay, Porter. They jam everybody on, I'll tell you, and there's always a line to get on. Because it's a tourist thing and transportation for the local.
Yep.
But it was interesting, I don't know if there was one piece or something. When I looked at the list, it was all, you know, Switzerland, Germany, England. Yeah. Yeah, that was it was the day we got, after we got back. Yeah, that's a thing that because I got. Yeah. Yeah, she was. Mom said she was working on it. When you go get her. Start.
No.
1 minute.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Let's see where they're at.
Scott doesn't need
We'll do it on the fly.
Ready, Roxy?
Yes, I think
Very good.
I will be, until you call a meeting for it.
All right. It's time to call the Huntington Township Planning Commission order for the September 22nd meeting. Any public comment on agenda items? Is there anybody, anything on the agenda that you can discuss?
I have a comment on the agenda, under old business. It just says discussion, that was just a placeholder in case something else needed to be added.
Okay.
And I just forgot to delete that.
Okay. So we don't have,
There's nothing under old business to discuss on that.
thank you. We were wondering.
Scratch. Scratch that. Not hearing any other comments, need to approve the minutes of the August meeting. You should have copies of that. And everybody have a chance to review those.
Yep.
Any additions or corrections to those minutes as presented?
I have nothing.
Not hearing any, I entertain a motion to accept them for record as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Tom, is there a second?
I'll second.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Next item is zoning officer work. Scott.
I had give you some handouts. I had some inspection information from James at NDIA. And I gave you another printout that has all the active permits that NDIA is currently open and outstanding. They haven't been closed out yet. And on the screen is the most recent activity for the zoning permits in the township. Future home and driveway for the Weavers, building addition for the Murans, electric generator, swimming pool deck, another single family home on Oxford Road, and a well for Weaver. If you look at row 53, we had a zoning permit application on South Ridge Road for a racetrack. I went out there and talked to the owner and looked through the ordinance and decided that a racetrack is not a permitted use. It's not a use at all listed in our ordinance, so I had to deny that permit. For any use that's not specifically specified in the ordinance, they're permitted to submit a special exception for that. So I don't know if they're gonna pursue that route or how they're gonna respond to my denial letter.
When would they have gotten that?
The denial letter was a day after our last.
Last meeting? Okay. So they've had it for a while. Okay.
anything else?
No, any questions on the zoning report?
Will he be, that zoning decisions coming up on Wednesday, is that correct?
Yes, for the firewood storage
Right.
proposal.
On Old Harrisburg.
On Old Harrisburg.
Yeah. So that decision comes out.
Wednesday at 7.
Okay.
And that's noted at the end of our agenda with future meetings.
Yep. Thank you.
I guess the next item, do you have anything else on that? Zoning. Next item would be the engineer's report.
I apologize, I don't have a printed, updated one for you. I'm not sure if I included that in my email or not. I gave you an email with a link with a whole bunch of information. I'm not sure if that was in there or not. But, of course, the Greenbrier project is completed. The Myerstown project, construction is now completed and the road is reopened. Just waiting for some grass to grow. The update to the subdivision land development ordinance, that is on the agenda for the next supervisors meeting. Plans being reviewed, Styles has already been approved, that's taken off. EV clearing is in a holding pattern until we get the decision from the zoning hearing board. We still have not received resubmission regarding the Cronister single-family home and garage development. It's been a while since my initial comment letter in May, but I still haven't heard from them in 2 months.
Isn't there a timing issue there with that then?
Yes, they're out of time now.
Yeah, they're out of time. So,
I'm sorry, this is from July.
They got updated.
They did
Okay.
submit a 90-day extension letter
Okay.
that runs out in November.
okay.
The lot addition for the Lehman Sterner property, that's on the agenda for today. And so is the Hill one-lot subdivision, that's on the agenda for today under new business.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Old business, there wasn't. We scratched that discussion. I guess we'll move on to new business. I don't know if this is the right time to bring it up, I think I'm gonna do it right now. It's not on the agenda, but I was thinking about this a lot. Make a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors to get a plaque created to honor Pat Davis. There's years of service here at the township, to be able to have it posted on the wall around here for remembering her. So, does somebody want to make a recommendation?
I'll make a motion that we look about getting a plaque for that.
Okay. Motion made. Jeff, is there a second to that?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Second by Mark. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So moved. So now, it's up to the supervisor. Approve that, do whatever.
Yep.
All. Now, moving into the items in the new business. The Hill one lot subdivision. Ron, are you representing?
Yeah. It's actually in Huntington Township, there's just the other side of the creek, but the subdivision is in Tyrone. And it's just courtesy to bring it in here and have you look at it. There's nothing really being done in Huntington And Pete did give me some comments, and I had talked to him, the Long Street, over the phone. Yeah. And as far as as shown on the agriculture permitted AC district, it is on the plan. It's on the sheets 2 and 3, which show it in Huntington Township. That it is that zone. And the other thing is that showed the dimension of building setbacks. Well, due to the fact that the floodplain and the floodways there is no setback. It's all encompassed in the floodway and floodplain. Okay. And the other one was building rates calculation. He was looking at the sheet 2, which was the existing features, which I showed the original, what was allotted as far as building rates, which was 7. Then on the cover sheet, I covered the 1 being less with the new lot being created in Tyrone. So, but other than that, it's a fairly simple plan for Huntington. We're not doing anything in Huntington Township on that side. All we're doing is on the in Tyrone, on the south side of Bermudian and the west side of Oxford, we're creating a farm parcel there and a residential farm to be building there. But and as far as any future building rights, they're pretty null and void because we cannot get any test results in that area. So, but there is additional resources if ever sewer or something like that came through. But you know what the doubt of that is. But yeah, so but yeah, and we already. Tyrone has already looked at this and approved it.
Okay.
So I'm just need here for your developments to approve for your stamp.
You've already notarized the plan.
Yeah, everything's notarized. I have the originals here. I'll leave for you to want to go to the supervisors or whatever. Once everything goes all right.
Scott, are you satisfied with those answers to the
Yeah.
issues that you brought up?
Yeah, I mean, I would have done different, that's fine.
I'm satisfied.
And all the lodges and everything was done in Tyrone, so that's already taken
Yeah.
care of and all the other
Yeah.
paperwork.
Does anyone have any questions for Ron? If there's any other questions about what's going on with the plan, is entertain a motion to recommend approval to the Board of Supervisors.
I'll make that.
Motion made by Tom, is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Second by Jeff. Any questions? Hearing any, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Is it all right if I leave these plans as you said, or?
Yeah, we'll sign those tonight.
Okay, yeah.
And,
There's both sides, big ones and little ones in there. And you guys.
sign those tonight. Supervisor.
Thanks for your thoroughness on this.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
The next item is the Lane and Scarlet Water District. Sit you back again.
Yeah, you're back. We're back. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, what we have is,
Excuse me, can I have your name?
I'm sorry,
That's it.
Thomas Keene, Burgett and Associates.
Okay. Thank you.
So what we have is very similar to just the last plan. The vast majority of our work here for this plan is in Dickinson Township, Cumberland County. And the small piece that is in Huntington Township is, we're not proposing, at the bottom left corner there, we're not proposing anything to be done there. Everything above is what's being proposed, and we were at the planning commission 2 weeks ago at Dickinson Township and recommended conditional approval with the signatures, the seal. So pretty much just looking for the same thing here.
So those are their only two conditions?
Yeah, I do have, yes, it is. I do have some notes, some very, very minor notes from Adams County Planning Department. The only things that I have here is that they require the building setbacks for each lot to be shown, but they were not labeled with the actual dimensions. We revised that on the plan there, so all the setbacks are on there.
And those aren't even in Adams County?
And those aren't, and those are,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, thank you.
And so, yes, so the bulk of the subject parcels are located in Dickinson Township, Cumberland County, and the Huntington Township portion has no road frontage or access points. As such, the proposed plan appears to meet the applicable dimension requirement of the RA district. That's noted.
Okay, so back to the county planning. Was there anything else, because I interrupted you there?
Now,
Okay.
I can have, you want to see the notes that I have here?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that back, I got it. Thank you. Relaxed, noted. Okay, that's satisfactory.
Scott, your comments were satisfactory.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same one about the setbacks. Comes down here in the slower portion. Yeah, there's dimensions there and there. And that's-
Just putting the dimension on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and up here in that right corner, that's where the subdivisions are.
Understood, yes. And so Dickinson approved it, I don't know if the words in your mouth, that's
Yes.
conditionally.
Yes,
Did you get comments from Cumberland County?
I do. Did you say you had a copy of that?
Yes, yes, that's it.
All those response letters are all paper clipped together.
Yeah, yeah.
I did the responses in there.
Okay.
Not the condition, when you sign the plan, see.
Well, that's their condition. You wanna have the same condition.
Same
Yeah,
condition.
understood.
Okay.
Everybody good?
I'll entertain a motion to recommend conditional approval of the plan of the Lamb and Star subdivision, with conditions being that the surveyor's signature and seal be affixed on the plan for final approval, and also that the owner's statements be signed and notarized.
I'll make that motion.
One second.
Motion from Dave Keel, second from Kyle. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Ted, can you repeat conditions of the surveyor's signature and stamp?
Yes.
Seal?
Surveyor's signature and seal.
Okay, and what else?
And the owner's statements to be signed and notarized.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Is anybody here to represent the?
No, I got a call this morning, they asked if the table, they were originally gonna come for this discussion, they weren't prepared for action, and they decided, they requested to be tabled from the agenda.
What's their timeline?
Oh, they've got plenty of time, they just started, it's just a month in.
Okay.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah, we need a motion to that
I'll
effect.
make a motion at the table.
Motion was made to table in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. All right. Zoning ordinance discussion. Next, yeah.
I printed copies, do you need?
Yeah, I didn't print.
This was the email, and,
Yeah.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So, I went to the once.
At the end?
Yeah, there's only.
There's three, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I sent the three files out last week.
Yeah.
Had them out here.
Yep.
it- Two of them I'm gonna suggest that you keep a hold of. It's the one that looks like a table, the
Yeah.
other one that's just a list.
Okay.
Those, as once we're doing the saldo, we realized we wanted to, there was some stuff in their zoning that needed to be revised. We sat down and to take your ordinance and put it into a format that I could like track where everything was, what had standards, what didn't, what uses were where, and what we may have to change or add or things like that, something you can work from. I also wanted to see which uses that are currently in your ordinance also have performance standards with them and which ones don't. And that way, when we get to discussing some of these uses, we can see where those standards are. To be perfectly blunt, something like this will end up in the ordinance that shows the uses, shows where it is, shows now this part won't be there. my notes and questions. This section reference there as to where people could go to find the standards for that use is one of those, you know, quick things up front that they can refer to and search and find. The next one, that's just a big long list of bullet points, is where I've sort of compiled some things that we'll go over. The first column there is uses to add. Those are things we discussed in the past several months that we went as discussed, et cetera. The next section there I have uses to revise are ones that are in there now, but have the standards and needs for them have changed since they've been updated in your ordinance, or that put in your ordinance, and we need to talk about them. Then there's a bunch in there that to reevaluate. Some of them are simply relevance anymore, and others are for different kind. Like one for the animal operations. Really make sure that we're up to date on current state acre law and things like that. The one there that has a question about, is it actually a zoning standard or is it a standalone ordinance, that sort of thing. I went through and the definition section and kind of a bunch of notes there where there's, you know, similar definition in Saldo to make sure that it goes over into the zoning. So some of this is my notes to myself, and notes for us as we go through the discussion process. Then we get into the comments on each individual district there. And we said last time, going through this district by district is the easiest way to do it, that we get one done, one to the next one. It just keeps everything compact. So what I try to do here is put some notes on what I saw on each one that were questions to discuss. And some of this is trying to figure out how did some things end up this way, just thinking behind that, if we still remember what that was.
That's gonna be the hard one. Yeah.
So, and that goes on for the AC, the 2 residential districts and the commercial district. Then there's some comments on the general code of regulations where consistency with the subdivision ordinance, the office of parking loading, the format needs to be revised. A lot of this is also making it more user friendly. It's a very text heavy, very wordy ordinance. There's more user friendly formats that you can put things in that make it easier for people to go through and hopefully shrink the size of it. The sign section needs to be looked at regarding these Supreme Court cases that deal with content-based signs. You know, the best I can think of it is, for example, there's old ordinance would differentiate between real estate signs or contractor signs or things like that, where the standards for the sign were based on what the sign said. You can't do that anymore. So that's just one example. And then again, a lot of this, the general regulations are allowed to go through the uses, getting to a lot of that there. So that's very quick and very these two things. Keep hold of these because we're going to be looking at those from a future discussion standpoint, like not print them in air off every time. It's not going to change. Not going to change.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So the other thing I gave you was a printout of your current ag district there with a few comments in it, because there's more comments over on this page as well. Just some things about that as I read through it a couple times that I noted. All of your districts have a purpose statement and then a statement of legislative intent. it's kind of duplicative. Those could probably be combined into one section. Those are important, not as important as the dimensional standards. Those become important if you end up in a case that where you're being challenged on something. You have to, defend why the standard in the ordinance is what it's accomplishing. That gets back to the purpose of it, what is the intent of the district is trying to accomplish, and make sure those two things are in concert with each other. Let's see. The big one, and then this is, we probably have this discussion once and skip it for all the other districts. You have in every district a long list of permitted uses, which is fine, and a long list of conditional uses, which again is a choice. My question here is, help me under. You have far more conditional things that are permitted by conditional use than any other municipality in the state, in the county. Just
Well,
putting that there. So, and again, conditional uses go to the supervisors, special exceptions go to the zoning hearing board. So, again, there's reasons for everything. Help me understand what the thinking behind that is, and is that something you want to continue with or revise or something like that. Help me out. Before I go suggesting big changes, help me understand how that came about.
Let me ask a clarifying question. Do we have more of those because we have more uses, or we have more conditional uses?
The use, you have some uses that I would say are antiquated in terms of the use itself.
Okay.
But it's not a difference in the number of uses. It's like you have 100 uses and others only have 50. It's the same amount of uses.
Okay.
Roughly. It's just
How many are conditional
Yeah.
as a proportion? Okay.
You have a
That's
ton
what I was trying to
that
figure
are
out.
requiring going to a separate hearing.
Got it.
That's partially where this page comes in, is are you requiring a hearing for something that doesn't have any performance standards?
Yeah. Got it.
In which case, you're creating a situation where they're going to a hearing, and if it's being opposed, it's usually trying to get you to make a decision based on emotion, not based on your ordinance. And you're just making decisions based on emotions as opposed to standards is what leads to challenges
Yeah.
and legal fees,
Yeah.
in our experience.
Unhappy taxpayer. Yep. Okay.
So,
Okay.
now, I fully admit, I know some solicitors that I've worked with do not want conditional uses because frankly, they don't want their elected officials making decisions like that.
Yep.
They prefer it go to the zoning hearing board.
Yep.
Others are this other way around.
Yep.
So that's kind of what's the thinking behind that, and is that still the thinking?
Okay.
You're asking us that?
Yeah, well, no.
I was around, wasn't involved. So.
Yeah, we have to look at those one at a
Yeah.
time. We're never gonna figure out what somebody's thinking was 22 years ago.
I think there may have been some discussion back. Some of the items were not to create undue hardship on people in the township going through zoning and all of that is at that time. Whether or not that's valid anymore, but and allowing the supervisors to make the decision. I think that's what it was. Paul, do you remember? And you were probably on the board even then.